So it proves that it's in the genes. Well done, Cash. That's proud of you, man.
Well, Sukar cashes and gets a kiss from the world champion.
And we're coming back. .NET Aussie Millions, Barry Tompkins, Michael Koenig alongside. We're in Melbourne, Australia at the Crown Casino, and our main table, let's take a look at where things stand right now. Chips have been moved all over the place. Kathy Liebert has gone from worst to first, 480,000. Antonio Esfandiari, he's hanging right in there. So is Bernard Bay, the young player, who's in some high cotton. David Vitoli's in a little bit of trouble.
Well, with blinds at 2,500 and 5,000 with a 500 chip ante, David Natoli is going to have to scoot and skedaddle pretty quickly.
I don't know that that's going to do it.
Poor guy. And what a surprise. Esfandiari raises again.
Well, he's plays great when he's the chip leader or near the chip lead. See if Liebert engages here.
Yeah, she's in the big blind, so again, she'll get a discount on the call, only 8,500 to see the flop. And she's not calling because she thinks her 10-7 is necessarily the best hand. She's trying to make something with it.
So here is the flop.
Well, she catches a piece.
She does.
And now she has the best hand, and she's going to bet it. That surprises me a little bit because Liebert could reasonably expect if she checked there, Esfandiari would put some chips in the pot, and she could check raise him there and get a little extra value.
Good job by Kathy Liebert, though. Good player.
Liebert and Esfandiari are easily the two most seasoned players at the table. They're both products of the fertile Los Angeles poker scene. We all came up together. They're on TV. I'm talking about them.
You're on TV.
Thank you.
Kathy Liebert and I have played a lot of poker together, and she is really one of the strongest players in the game right now. And I think she's probably the winningest female player of all time.
How about Esfandiari?
Aces again.
And this one could take Kathy Liebert with him.
Yeah, because Liebert raised here. She showed initial strength.
40,000 more from Esfandiari.
Now what Kathy Liebert needs to do is, oh, and Bay's got a pocket pair too. But remember, there's been a raise and a re-raise. This is going to be a little bit too expensive, I think, for Bay to try to draw.
You can see by that chip stack that Bay has, he has held his own against these more experienced players. One of the young players that Kathy Liebert was talking about earlier.
He has to ask himself if he wants to put in 55,000 for a chance to spike a set. Because fives alone are probably not going to win this pot, and he gets out of the way. Now Liebert has to ask herself, well, now what hands could Esfandiari be re-raising with that I can beat? And ace-8 really doesn't beat that many raising hands.
And she read it perfectly. And she throws it away, saves herself a whole bunch. And Esfandiari will win this one, but not as much as a pair of aces normally would win.
PartyPoker.net is a great place for beginners to start, learn the game, hone their skills, and get out and play with these professionals and get some real good experience.
Back to the PartyPoker.net Aussie Millions. Before we get back to our main table, we're going to take you out to one of our outer tables where we have another confrontation. Old Doc, Wes Bugera, is all in against Steve Hone.
Terrible situation for Hone. He spiked top pair with top kicker, but ran into a set of eights. Hone is going to need running cards to catch up. Otherwise, Doc Bugera is going to take down the pot.
Playing on his home turf, he's a regular here at the Crown Casino. And hello and thank you, says Doc Bugera. He wins that hand. He'll hang around a little bit more. He's going to have a payday. And we continue at our main table.
Kathy Liebert jacks in early position. Sometimes in a full table, you might try to disguise the strength of that hand, but she raises it up. And Thorne,
Call.
boy, I don't get that call, Barry. I mean, Kathy Liebert in first position has just shown a lot of strength. I don't know what hand Thorne thinks he can beat with an ace-4.
No pot.
Unless he thinks that Kathy Liebert has an ace-3.
I don't know. Bay with a jack-3.
And although he's getting about 4-1 on the call here, I think he's going to have to dump it. He does.
So 2 players. And Liebert has Thorne pretty dominated. On the flop, deuce 5-8. That's no help.
Thorne picks up an inside straight draw. And that check, Barry, I think is meant to
20,000.
set a trap. Yes, it looks like it's worked. Kathy Liebert seemed to be setting up a check raise. This is the time to do it. Now, she could get cute and just call here. But when you've got the jacks, you always feel a little bit vulnerable to the queen, king, or ace coming on the next card. Cards that Thorne very reasonably could have in his hand, and we know he does have the ace. She probably thinks he has something along the lines of an ace-10 or better. And she's counting out a raise.
Yep. 65,000 more. See if that lures Thorne in.
Extra 65,000.
Thorne
Fully.
must fold here. Why? He goes all in.
Wow.
And Kathy Liebert can't call quickly enough.
You bet.
A major blunder by Mr. Thorne.
Gifting.
Kathy Liebert, the beneficiary
Yeah.
of that move. Thorne looking for a 3 or an ace.
It's a 7.
Now a 6 will help him as well. 3, 6, or ace. Otherwise, he's out.
He's out.
Thank you. Thank you.
So Thorne is gone at the hands of Kathy Liebert. He'll finish in 25th position, $15,691. Not a bad payday, but not nearly what he wanted. But he is in there against some very good players. So 24 players remaining. We started at 418. It's a wrap for this week. For my partner, Michael Koenig, I'm Barry Tompkins. We'll see you next time.